Hey, welcome everybody. It is Monday night, iHub Travel Monday, and I'll tell you what, I don't know who watched. By a show of hands, you can just say, hey, I watched the broadcast and or I was there. Yeah. What did you think? Everybody think it was pretty good? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the guys did a real good job. I take no credit for putting anything together except the red beans and rice. And so, and I didn't even put that together, but, uh, it was a great event. We spent the majority of the day on Friday, going through the schedule, fine tuning everything. There's just so many details that have to be put together, from all the awards to, all the scripting to, just everything. And how did you like the background in that, those LEDs, that LED screen? That's made up of lots of, hundreds and hundreds of LED screens in a, circular, half circle. And yeah, just phenomenal. And again, the guys did a great job pulling everything together. And we missed all of you guys that weren't there in person, but we could feel you, right? I mean, we could feel your presence. And we had 3,000 people. We had 3,000 people online watching, or I don't know how many people eyeballs, but we had 3,000 connections, right? So some maybe one, some maybe more, who knows? But yeah, it all turned out real well. The after party was spectacular at the Red Rock Resort in a place called T-Bone Steakhouse, in their private patio behind the steakhouse. Just ideal setting. And so here we are. We're back at work, and what we're going to do for the rest of the week is kind of explain everything that just took place. And we're going to start it off with iHub Travel Monday. And Terry Camp is he's the guy that really understands all of this so much better than either Michael or I. And Michael and I were going back and forth trying to figure something out. And we said, hey, let's just text Terry. He'll know what it is. And sure enough, he did. I hadn't, I'd never really had the opportunity to meet Terry and his wife and hang out with them, but it was a real pleasure. And that's what these things are all about, getting to know all the people that you're working with. And that happened. Michael and I did that all over the world, and meeting people, and still love and know all those people all over the place. So hey, Terry, why don't you tell us what's going on with iHub Travel, and maybe we'll have some time for some Q&A stuff at the end.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chuck. It was great hanging out with you as well, getting to know you and seeing all your new cars and everything. Chuck actually has the car that's on my list. And so we were talking, he got a Bentley. I'm like, I want a midnight blue Bentley. And he goes, oh yeah, that's what I just got. So it's all about goals. And that's what, this weekend was epic event. A lot of us just were down on a trip down to Marival at our first hotspot destination. And that was amazing. And so that really, for me, it really refueled my heart, literally. Just the connections, just being there. I've been fortunate to be involved in the travel industry now for 13 years. And it was always about the people. It was about the conversations we got to have hanging out at the pool or after dinner or whatever, up at the Insu Sky Bar, where we were looking out at the sunset in a spectacular setting. And those kinds of things, those kinds of memories don't leave you. And so I want to go through what we're doing with travel, and I'll say it, but I know I'm gonna sound like everybody else that says it. And unfortunately, a lot of people have their ideas. Having been in the travel industry for 13 years and being approached with all kinds of other travel ideas, I know that what I'm about to show you is the best platform. We have access to more of this platform, all of it, than anybody else does at a better price point. And so you got to understand, this is not just another Me Too thing. 760 companies, entities will white label what I'm about to show you. We aren't white labeling. We have a partnership with Arivia, and it's important that you understand that because it gives us access to all the things I'm about to show you. So normally I go really fast because there's a lot of information to cover. Tonight, I'm going to go a little slower because I want people to really get what we have, the offering that we have available to us. And if I get rid of there we go. So iHub travel is what we're talking about, as you guys know, and we are partnered with Arivia. They're a massive company, a $3 billion company. And you can see some of the companies that they already work with. Okay, they either do all their travel for them or they offer their the services to some of these companies. And we are in 22 languages around the globe. So we can operate in a lot of different countries. It's epic that they already have that worked out. You're literally going to get the best deal every time you travel. Now, you don't have to do anything, but just think in your mind. When you travel, do you or do you not look for the best price? And everybody said, amen. Yeah, I do, because everybody does. They look for the best price. And so the cool thing is, and we all did this, once we got access to this website, we would spend, 5 or 6 or 8 times, we'd go compare prices. And once we finally got to the point where we're like, oh, wow, these are the best, we could stop doing that, knowing that we had the best price. So you'll probably have to convince yourself as well. But just so you can kind of understand what we're talking about, I'm going to take this in segments. This is the booking engine section, specifically for the stays. So that would be hotels, resorts, all inclusives. Okay. So here's an example of how this works. Virgin Hotels, a bunch of people were just here over the weekend staying at this very property. And you can see right here, $697 is the public price. And we have this little button right here on every one of them, compare public prices. And you click that and you're going to get a drop-down box. It looks just like this. And you're going to be able to see all these other websites and what their price is. And you're going to see that price matches all the time, all the time. Then you have our price at 33% off, $467. That's with the taxes included. Okay. So you can either pay $697 or you can pay $467. Now, if you were out looking for best pricing and you saw $697 versus $467, which price do you take? And everybody says $467 because that's what we all want already. So you get access to that all the time, and you're going to get credits every time you purchase anything on this website. You get credits, which you're going to be able to turn around and use to pay for future travel. Just watch what happens here, you guys. So here's another one. Staybridge Suites in Miami, 46% off. See the public price there, $977. Our price is $525, and you get the credits. This is an all-inclusive, okay? Via Del Palmar. This is an all-inclusive resort. You're going to get 59% off. What? So you could pay $1392 or you could pay $572. All you can eat and all you can drink, gang. That's included in that price. And yeah, you get the credits. Here we are in Bali, the Kori Manharian villas, $107, 81% off. Yes, please. And then we have the Lavina villas over here. And again, 74% off, $484 versus $1874. Yeah, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. There we go. So you get to choose. But bottom line, guys, we save people money all over the world all the time. If you want to go big, you like to be a bala, you know what I'm saying? You can go over here to Expedia and you can go to Dubai for 6 nights, okay? And you can go to this little place right here and pay $33,000 to stay there for 6 nights. And who's up for that? Anybody up for $33,000 for 6 nights? I didn't think so. But over on our site, you can go to that same place, the Jumeirah Zabil Royal Residences, right there it is, $3,973. You're saving $29,000. So you can see right here, all the different sites have the same price. Our price, $3,900. So you can do it any way you want to do it. And you're going to get the credits on that as well. Now, how do we do this? The answer is something called rate parity. Parity is about like for like, same character, quality, value, and it's got to be at about the same price. And all of the websites that you might be looking at or other people have looked at forever and ever, Expedia, Orbitz, Travelocity, whatever, they are all open platforms. As a result, they have to abide by this thing called rate parity. They have to have the same price. This is why when you go to these different websites, which are mostly owned by Expedia, they end up at the same price because it's the same company. And so here we don't do that. We don't have to abide by price parity because we are not an open system. We are a closed system to which you have to be invited into. So you have to be a member, and that membership gives us better prices. Think Costco, think Sam's. You buy a membership, you get better prices because it's a closed system. Got it? So that's how all of that works. Now, in addition to all of that, we have access. You can get hotels, every cruise line in the world. And as I understand it, in about a week, all the vaccine things, all that lifts and everything, and people can just start cruising again. Praise the Lord. And so we get access to all the cruise lines, car rentals, all of the flights. I was looking today. We're going to be going back to Cancun at the end of this year. I was just looking for a one-way because I'm not sure what day we're coming back in January. And on our site, the price for one person was $155. I went to Delta, same thing, $220. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. That one it did. So you can save some money here and there, but most of the time flights are about the same. But homes are not. So here you can get access to Airbnb and VRBO type homes that you can get everywhere else. We get them at a little bit better pricing. So you can go in here and just do all of that, because what you're going to get once you book these homes, whether it's $58 a night or $500 a night, totally up to you how you want to roll. But when you do this, like right here, $1,498 when you're checking out, what do you got there? It's a week stay right there for about $1,500. But what you're going to get is $1,653 in rewards credits. When you go to Airbnb or VRBO, you don't get the rewards credits. Here, you get access to the same properties and you get the credit, which you get to turn around and use to pay for future travel. So use your site. Then there are weeks. Now the weeks are unused timeshares. So these are people that are out there, they have their timeshare property, but they can't go for whatever reason, life, job, family things, whatever, doesn't matter. But they put them on here and they're available to us. Even though we don't own the timeshare, we get to go use the timeshare at a killer price. So we went out and checked out Arizona, 158 weeks, 23 different resorts. You can see it right there. And like right here, the Legacy Golf Resort for a week, mind you, this is 7 nights right here. You can see it. And just so you know, you don't have to stay all 7 nights. So even if you wanted to go for 5 days, but this is a killer price, even for at $721, you're going to get 1,083 rewards credits. So you're always getting more credits than dollars you spend. Cool deal. Then you have the marketplace. This is something that most people don't really know about, and they don't tend to go here. But when you go there, you click the marketplace, you're going to see, and these again predominantly are timeshares, but they're not all timeshares. There are all inclusives back here as well, hotels and things like that. But you can go in here, and when we clicked on this one, there were 345 weeks at 87 different resorts. Now that was all locations. You can filter, you can click this drop down box and get to specific cities. If you just want to go look at Cabo or you want to look at Paris or whatever, you can do that. The cool thing is right here, it says prices start at $410, but you can go in here and you can bid at any time on any of the properties that are there. So if I went in here and wanted to click $350 and that was going to be my bid and they accepted it, I would pay $350 for the week instead of $410. You get access to the same thing right through the marketplace. So hopefully you guys are understanding there is a lot of value here, a lot of value, and you get to earn credits even when you're booking back here. Then we have activities, tens of thousands of activities all over the world. And you can go back in here and use this for all kinds of things. This is Las Vegas. 633 different activities were found, and this ranges from You can see it right here: tours, sightseeing, outdoor activities. There's hiking. There are airport transportation. There are wax museums, shows, all kinds of things you'll find in here, even in your own city, probably. So I like this because when I travel outside the US, most of our curated trips are going to have somebody there holding a sign, and you just say, here you are, iHub Travel, come on over here to this air-conditioned van. It's all set up for you. No hassle. I love it. It's really safe, really secure. But when we just go travel, if I just want to go somewhere, like we went to Barcelona for our 25th wedding anniversary. So we just went there, but I wanted to have my transportation set up before. So I went right here on the activities tab and I set up all my transportation at a really good price. And it was all taken care of ahead of time. I communicated with the transportation company, knew what to do when we got to Barcelona, or Barcelona as they call it there. And it all worked out. And I got it at a better price. And here you also get points, get credits on all of that stuff. So use your activity tab, a lot of ways to save money back there. Then, as if all that weren't enough, you have the lifestyle tab. And in the lifestyle tab, there's a handful of things in here that are great values. First one right here, the emergency medical service. This covers a family for the whole year, you guys, for a 12-month period for $179. It's a great deal. So why is this important? Well, if you have any kind of a medical emergency, if you're going to go to, let's just say, Dominican Republic, okay, nothing against DR, I'm just saying, if you went there and you broke your leg for whatever reason, you would want to get back to the US to be seen by a US doctor. So this would get you back. Whatever emergency, you're all covered with that stuff. If, God forbid, somebody dies outside the country, you want to try to get that body back, it's thousands of dollars, thousands. It's all covered, $179. So this is a great peace of mind kind of thing for $179 for the whole year. It's a great value. The luxury experiences, you got really high-end luxury experiences. So if you want to go get on a private jet with a few friends, you can do that. If you want to have a Michelin chef show up at your house, you can do that. Those things are in the luxury experience tab. Then we have the restaurant savings, and the restaurant savings is really cool because you can go in here and literally get a $25 restaurant.com gift card for $3.41, and you can use it yourself. So you can go buy as many of those as you want. As a matter of fact, today I went on there. I live out here in Las Vegas. And so I went on there to check it out. And there were about, I don't know, 30 or 50 different restaurants in there that I could go to and save anywhere from $10 to $50 on a meal. And you can use the whole thing on one meal. So you can go in there and get the $50 card for $5, or you can get the $100 card for $12.50. And again, you can use it for yourself, or what do we got coming up? Christmas, stocking stuffers, great idea. All kinds of different things, just as gifts, employee rewards, just thank you gifts, things like that. Use these for customers, all kinds of things you can use this for and give people great value, and you get all the credits when you buy it. Then we have the timeshare owners section, where the timeshare owners can literally put their timeshare in here. If you've got a timeshare that you can't get to weeks, or you're tired of using it, whatever, you can go exchange it out in this platform. Arivia will do that for you. So they can sell your weeks, they can exchange it out, all kinds of cool stuff, all built into our platform, because we get access to all that Arivia has. And most everybody else doesn't have access to this. So being in travel for 13 years now, one of the biggest questions we always got was, can you help me get rid of my timeshare? And the answer now is, yeah, jump into our site and work with Arivia. I don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Arivia, our travel partner, will do it. So now back to flights. I mentioned that we had a pretty good price on flights today. It was quite a good price. That's not typical. Typically, airfare is airfare. It's just the way it is. But here within the Arivia site, you get to accrue your airline miles. You can't use airline miles in the site. If you have airline miles that you're going to use, you have to go to the airline themselves. But you get to accrue miles on our booking engine, and you get your credit card rewards points back, and you also get the travel credit. So you get to triple dip on credits whenever you book airfare on our site. And just so you know, there are upgrades coming on the flight interface. Lots of upgrades coming. We got to see that this weekend. Those are coming very soon. Joe Iglesias, who was with Arivia, he was pretty darn excited about that. And so We're going to have a whole new interface, a whole new bunch of information on there. You're going to get to pick your seat, all kinds of, I love that. So anyway, just stay tuned. That's coming very, very soon. How do you get access to all this stuff? Remember I said this is a closed system. So you have to be invited. Hopefully some of you on here, maybe you're looking at this for the first time. And if so, welcome to our world. And it's the only way you get in is that somebody invites you. And once you have that invitation, you can come in and you can start just like us, getting paid back credits for all the travel you do. You get to save money when you travel, and you get credits back on top of that, and you get to turn around and use those credits to pay for future travel. So not only do you get to travel at a lower price, you can ultimately travel for free, or somebody else paying because of the credits. Is the way it really works out. So how would these credits work? Let me show you how it goes down. Let's say, well, we have these things called worldwide tours, and the worldwide tours are really high-end kind of trips. I mean, you're looking right here, Western Canada by rail, 9 days in Western Canada. And you go in, you look at all the details on that. They're feeding you, you got the stays, all the different things are going on. Really, really nice trip. Budapest to Vienna, just spectacularly beautiful. So you can go in on the worldwide tour section of the lifestyle tab and go see all this stuff. There was a trip they had for a 12-day tour through Japan, all right, Tokyo to Hiroshima. Now, back in my other life, when I worked for corporate America, I had to go to Japan to work with our customers at the time. And I went from Tokyo to Hiroshima. I had to do it. We stopped at different places along the way. Now, we didn't go like this. We went, you know, because we were on business travel, we had to go like business people. But this one right here, first class and superior, it's on the train system. You get high-end access to the train and the hotels you're staying at. All the tours are included. No lines. Why? Because you get to bypass the lines with this particular trip. 12 breakfasts included, 4 lunches, 4 dinners, all the transportation, taking you wherever you need to get going. And all of that's included for $12,470. Okay. Now, the cool thing is you get $104,000 in reward credits. So now you're going to get to use those 104,000 rewards credits to pay for travel. And here's the math on how that works. You take the decimal point and you move it from the 5, move it over 2 digits over behind the 6. So that's in essence the way it works. So so what you could do with all of those rewards credits, you could go on a Disney cruise, pay 66,000 credits for that. And you could also take a couple of weeks. You go to the Rio Hotel here in Vegas for 21,000 credits, and Sunrise Hotel, Sunrise 42 for 20,000 credits, and use up your 104,000 credits. Or you might choose something like this for 39,000 credits. You're going to get over to Italy, and you can see all that you have access to here. And I like this, the front of the line. Again, all of this stuff includes bypass the line. It's a cool deal. We've done this in our life. We were at a real quick story. We were in Monte Carlo, and we went. The group we were with. We were going to go to Casino Royale, and you know, at Casino Royale in Monte Carlo, there's some people that have some money there. They got some status. You know what I'm saying? They got it going on. And so they're all in line, waiting to go in, all in their tuxes and everything. And we show up, but we had the bypass the line deal at Casino Royale. And so we had a different entrance. And man, the looks we were getting, people were like, who are those people? And so I'm just saying, bypassing the line is a cool thing in your life. Now, in addition to all of this, if all of that weren't enough, we are rolling out in the next few days the Boomerang Rewards. And you've probably been hearing about this if you've been around a while. If you're new to us, you're looking at this for the first time, please stay with me on this. Here's what the Boomerang does, okay? You're gonna be able to send a boomerang to friends. Now, what does a boomerang do? When you throw it out, it comes back to you. Here, it's the same thing. I'm going to be able to share a gift with my friends, and I get rewarded for sharing the gift with them. So here's how it works. If I were going to save $200, they would get to save 50% of whatever my savings is, whatever your savings is. So friend receives 50%, you get 50% back. Actually, it comes back to iHub and the field. You're going to get paid in cash on this. So What happens when you go to this link, which is going to be in your back office here in no time at all, Boomerang, you're going to have this invitation, and you can send this invitation to your friends. It's going to look like this when it shows up. Hey, this is me. I'm offering you for free my member site at no cost, and you can save money whenever you're going to travel. So you can literally send this, and we've talked to Arivia. They said, send it to as many people as you want. There is no limit to how many people you can send this to. So you can just bless people all over. Now, don't limit yourself. It can be friends, it can be family, it can be companies, it can be churches, it can be any entity that you send this to. And they get to use your site. And what they would do is simply save money. It costs them nothing. But if in fact they ever want to get the membership, they're already connected to you. So when they go on and say, hey, that was pretty cool. And I could say to them, well, if you'd like to save even more money, you can get your own membership. But the cool thing is when they go on and they purchase on here, you get the credits back. So not only do you get to save the money, but the purchase that they make for their travel, you get the reward credits on that. And anytime they use it until they become their own member, you get the reward points every time they use it. So it's a great situation. Now, it's not going to look like ours. It's not going to have all that we have, but it'll have hotels, cars, bonus weeks, and then the lifestyle tab. So specifically for hotels, this is really, in my opinion, that's what it's really about. So people can save money on hotels all over the place. So here's how it would go down. If in fact your savings as an iHub travel member was $200, they would get to save $100. Okay, $100, real dollars. This is real money. All right, just like you saw in the booking engine. Then what comes back to the company is $100. 50% to them, 50% back. In that $100, 90% gets distributed to the field, 10% to iHub. So you, as the person sending out the boomerang, would get $45 in your pocket, cash paid out into your wallet, $45. Then the bronze, silver, and gold, as codes, we don't need to get into all that, would get $9 each. So ultimately, if you have teams of people doing this, you're going to get paid on their boomerang referrals. If in fact it was a $400 savings, which happens all the time, by the way, they would save $200. You, as the person referring them, would get back $90 in real dollars, cash, and then it would be 18, 18, and 18 to what we call the codes. That's for another time. But point is, real dollars come back to you. So the boomerang is a cool thing because you can literally get that out to thousands of people. We have 24/7 customer service. Arivia does, and it's Arivia doing it, not iHub. When you're traveling, it's all Arivia taking care of all the travel stuff. Love that. So got two options. We have basically a basic and a full membership. And with the lesser membership, you get access. 4 different family members can utilize your membership, and you can see what you get access to for what I refer to as the limited access platform. But it's cool. You're still going to save some money. You get the customer service, get all the activities, flights, hotels, all those things, and 4 other family members can use your booking engine to book travel on. Same booking engine, just set up 4 profiles. When you have the all access pass, you got 10 family members that get to utilize that, and you get access to everything that I've shown you. So I'm just saying the full access is by far and away a way better deal. In addition to all that, if you get the full access platform that we have, you're going to also get access to our hotspot destinations. We just got back from one about a week ago, and we're going on another one in January to a place called Marival, Armany. We were there this past week, a week ago today, taking a tour of this place. It was awesome. And I'm just telling you guys, if you can see this little hut right here in the green, it's behind the welcome. That is where they have breakfast and lunch. There's a great breeze that blows through there. You feel like you're literally on the ocean having breakfast. And then they have the swim up bar right here and the pool, one of 5 pools right there. So I expect we'll be spending a lot of time right in here. They have at Marival, we were just at the Distinct, and they have the #2 rated spa in the world. So people who like spas out there, if you like to get pampered, let me know. This spa over here has matched the spa that they have at the Distinct. It is a very, very high-end spa. And I'm just telling you, let me tell you about the Italy experience, because they have different countries, Russia, Mexico, Italy, all kinds of things. But when you do the Italian, you literally are in there crushing grapes during and before your massage. You're in there crushing grapes. You have wine. I mean, it's a kicked up experience. They brought in at this place for each country, it has its own room. Everything that they have, the decor in there, all came from that specific country. It's like nothing you'll ever experience anywhere. And that's the kind of stuff we do. We want to give people a really elevated experience at a stupid good price. So we get access to these, and we're going to be doing multiples of these a year. So if you have the all access platform, you get access to that. Now, as we kind of bring it in for a landing. Others are charging for platforms like this. Vacation clubs will range from that $8,000, and then you pay $199 annually. Sometimes the resort timeshares, you know, $5,000. Travel clubs, $2,000. I know of a friend of mine who was in the travel industry with us. He just launched a company. He's giving you access to what I'm showing you right here for the smooth price of $10,000 one time to get access to it. $10,000. All right. And there are membership clubs that do it from $500 to $100 a month. And these go on and on and on. And because travel is a cool thing, everybody likes the best price. Ours is like none of that stuff. Okay, that's not us. I'm just giving you examples of what is out there. Ours, for the basic membership, $49 one time, $25 a month, basically. And you pay the $49 once, $25 a month, and you're in. And you can get that, and you can upgrade anytime if you want to. For the premium, all access, everything I just got done showing you, $299 one time, never pay that again, basically $50 a month. And you're in, and you get access to everything I just showed you for that price. However, right now, you have a special offer going on. Up until September 29th, you can get the basic for just $19.99. Right now, today, $19.99. No upfront, one time, or no one time upfront, just $19.99, and you go. For the premium, $39.99. One time, and then you just keep paying it, and you're grandfathered in. Even after the price changes September 29th, you are grandfathered in at these prices. So I'm just saying, to be able to get in what the platform I showed you at basically $40 a month is a ridiculously good deal. Ridiculously good for everything I just got done showing you. You're going to save that back in no time at all. So that's what we do, guys. There is a way that we can actually generate income from this. What I just showed you, you can just grab the membership and use it and do nothing else with it. Totally cool. However, if you think you might know some people who might like this, you can send them your Boomerang and let them save money. They can basically take it for a test drive. They're going to get half of the savings that you do, but they can take it for a test drive. When they want to sign up and get their own membership, then you're going to be able to create income. And I'm going to show you some numbers here. Just so you know, some of these earnings are pretty large. It's not typical. You're going to have to do some work. If you want to make big dollars here, you're not just going to get in, get a membership and sit around on the couch and get paid a bunch of money. That ain't going to happen. But if you get out and start to share it with a lot of people, you can create teams, and based on your own effort and expertise, you can create a pretty good sized income here. Once we change the pricing here on September 29th, every time somebody buys that $50 one time, you get $25 direct commission immediately. $25 in your pocket on that week. And then $6 a month residually. They've paid $50, they're paying $25 a month. You get $25 one time and $6 a month. On the premium, they pay $300. You're going to get a direct commission of $150 for everybody that you refer. $150. Then $12 a month residual. I've never seen anything like this. $150 for a $300 membership. Crazy good. Then there's ongoing residual income after that. I won't get into all the details. I just want you to understand high level. There are numbers or income available here. We work on what we call teams: pro, bronze, silver, and gold. No big deal. All I want to say is the first 5 people that you personally bring in, you would get paid $10 a month for each one as they make their monthly membership payment. The 6th to the 15th person that you bring in, remember those boomerangs that you're sending out. You're just sending them out. As people sign up, now you're going to get $12 a month per member. On the silver, the 16th to the 25th person that you refer, you're going to get $14 per month. And then number 26 and beyond, you're going to get $16 per month per member. And that's just going to keep going on and on and on for as long as people are making their payment and all the people they refer. And that just continues to go on because there's more income as they share with other people. You get paid overrides on that as well. So big picture as we wrap it up right now, you can see that there are some significant incomes here. And you see this number down here, 6,000 travel members. That might seem like a lot of numbers. In the travel company that I just came from, there are friends of mine who had more than 1 million people join their specific travel team, more than 1 million people. So 6,000, candidly, is not that big a deal. It's a number that might seem big in the beginning, but at the end of the day, it's simply start sharing it with people. Got 4 people on board, yours is paid for. Just look at it that way. And as you know, you share more the boomerangs with more people, that can grow into a pretty good sized team. So that is what we do, guys. That's the iHub Travel membership. And quickly on the compensation plan, let me just do one thing here. So Michael Stern, you were with us down in Marival. Can you just kind of unmute and share with these kind folks what you experienced down there and how that was, my friend?
It was a blast, Terry. It was absolutely a blast. Now, I've had the great fortune over the years of having some pretty high-end VIP travel incentive experiences, you know, being an intergalactic diamond or something with some company, having like the same experience. But, you know, yeah, people had to pay for it, but paying like the best price you can and having that same experience and getting the hobnob with all the same corporate people and everything, it was fantastic. I loved it, and I can't wait for January.
Yes, sir. Yeah, indeed, man, for sure. I'm just looking on here. Chuck, I know that I'm looking for one other person, but I know you've used this site for quite a while over the years. Can you comment on how this has treated you?
You know, I can, Terry, and you know, it has saved me. A friend of mine is actually a vice president for Arivia, and he gave me a membership, and I really, you know, like you, I've seen it all, done it all, heard it all. You know, most of them didn't work. There had to be a full moon, or there were lots of different things that had to happen in order for you to book. And but then, you know, he says, hey, why don't you just compare apples and apples? Go to Priceline, you know, take the same hotel and, do your own homework, right? So I did. I mean, first I did it 1 or 2, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna find one that, you know, definitely beats this, you know, his platform. Never did, right? Because I didn't understand. And you know, the public just doesn't understand that all these retail booking engines are all owned by just a few companies, and they just change all the artwork and change the names and, you know, put all the same prices on it and tell you that they only have 1 more room left at that price, and, you know, try to scare you into booking it. And after I did about 100 searches, you know, I just did one here today for a person, and I said, he's going to Maui, right? So I said, okay, where would you like to go? And he said, well, I know there's some real good resorts over there. And I said, yeah. I said, you know, go pick one. He picked the Waldorf Astoria, right, for a week. On Expedia, it was 11 grand. Yep. On ours, it was 4,000, less than 4,000, right? And so he said, we get to save that much money just by spending $40 and buying a membership? I said, you got it. And he said, where do I sign up? How do I sign up? Right. And now, if I would have sent him a boomerang. There you go. Right. I mean, if we would have had that in place, I would have sent him a boomerang. It would have been, it'd have made that Bentley payment. Right. So,
see, that's exactly what I was thinking, Chuck. That's $7,000 savings, man. I'm thinking, okay, there'll be about $3,000 in your pocket, and then the rest gets distributed to the codes. Oh my gosh, that's smoking deal right there.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, and that's how it's going to happen. People will book their weekly, their a week vacation somewhere. They'll take a trip to Europe. They'll do this, they'll do that, because again, the savings that they can, that they can do, rather than staying in a 2-star hotel, they'll stay in a 5-star hotel, right? And
Exactly right.
so it's, I can't wait until, we get to, and I know the guys are going to push like crazy to get the Boomerang done. It's just a programming side on our side now that we've got all of our guys back to programming again and not worrying about the event. So I'm excited, Terry.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day, great month, and great year.
Indeed, indeed. I got one more person I want to have share, and then we'll get to some questions. I know there's some questions in the chat. Dave Hooley. Dave, I don't know if you're there with your bride, Cindy, but if you could unmute and share. I know you've used this. You've been on some of these trips that we've been talking about, some of the, like the hotspot destination we were just on. Can you share what this has been for you, brother? Yo, Dave, you there? You're going to have to unmute if you're talking.
I thought I saw him here, buddy, but I don't see him here now. So he must have.
He's right there. He's just muted still. I don't think he can unmute. So, so Dave, let me know if you can chime in there. But while we're waiting, some questions in the chat, and I'm cool to take questions if you guys want to hang on for that. Is that cool, Chuck?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So, can I use my cash commissions to pay for my monthly subscription? Well, yes, you'd get the cash and turn around and use it. I don't think it can be paid directly for your subscription because it's going to go on a credit card, but you could use it to pay your credit card. So if the question is, can it be used without touching it? Probably not, Cobus, but you can use it obviously as cash. Yeah, Tyrone, I see you're there. Got your hand up. What's up?
Sure. I'm still having the challenge moving up from the 1999 to the premium package. You guys have made it abundantly clear that that's the way to go. I just don't know how to get there.
Okay, I will have it answered now that this is behind us. That'll be on the staff call tomorrow, and I'll get back to you.
I appreciate it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I know it's on the plan to get that done, Chuck, but you're right. Everybody was, full bore. Let's get the event done and then we'll catch up with our priorities. So yeah.
Yep.
Dave and Cindy can't unmute themselves.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. Okay, that's that. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Anybody else? Any questions? Rachel, I see your question in there, and yeah, we had a lot of things moving around, so we got to update some verbiage on the slide, but it doesn't change what I shared tonight. Just for reference on that.
Dave and Cindy are unmuted.
Ready?
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
There we go.
I couldn't unmute, but it's all good. So, I know Chuck talked about some of the higher end places. So we've been using this on just regular hotel stays. We drove clear across country, went to a concert. Day of, we stopped in Utah, booked a room, saved like $30. Went to the next city, booked some rooms, saved like $50. Went to Little America in Wyoming where we stayed for 3 days. I think we saved $200 on that. And then on the way back, we did the same thing. And sometimes we'll go park right in front of the hotel and book it right outside, save $20 and go in and they have it right there. I was blown away because previously we were able to do that, but we couldn't do it the same day. So that was huge. Last night, we decided to kick it in Vegas one more night and we booked the Rio for $20. It was like actually $19.50. And yeah, it's super good. So not just for the higher end stuff, it works everywhere, and it's always been a better deal. So, and we got a bunch of points too, so that's awesome.
Yep, awesome. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate you sharing. So, yeah, guys, literally, I mean, this is something for everybody, literally, and it is global. I'm not making that up. It's global. You can go type in any city; it just comes up. Janice, I see that your hand is up. What's up, young lady? You'll have to unmute. And Shannon, are you able to unmute?
Okay, I think you can hear me now. It wouldn't.
There you
It
go.
would.
Yes.
Hi. I just wanted to ask, if someone has a membership for the $20 and they decide they want to upgrade and it's after the date, do they pay the $2.99 then? Or because they're already a member, they don't have to pay the $2.99?
Good question.
Okay.
I would imagine.
I would suspect that you'd want to upgrade before the end of September.
Yeah.
And, you know, and once you're upgraded, you're grandfathered, right?
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to
Right.
double check. Thank
Right.
you.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Ryan, I see your question in here. He's got a screaming newborn, so he's got his hand up, but he's also muted. So what is the residual monthly payout if they buy in before the price? What I showed in here, Ryan, is that price. So it's going to be $10, $12, $14, or $16. Once the price changes, it's going to go to $12, $14, $16, $18 on the residual for your personals. And then it changes. Chuck, or Michael, you might know the answer on that. Would it go to 4, 6, and 8 after that? Bronze, silver, and gold?
I'm sorry, Terry, I was answering another question. I
Oh,
missed that.
sorry. Ryan was asking, oh, he's unmuted right there. There he is. Did that answer your question, Ryan, or not? Are you,
No, my question was just to reiterate, it's $39.99 without
10,
the $2.99 initial payment.
right. Well, let me just bring it up here. I'll just do this real quick. So,
Yeah, and I think we'll cover that on Wednesday night, won't we, Michael? We'll cover both the plans. Is that kind of the plan?
When you say both of the plans, we'll
Well,
be covering
the
we'll be
meta-
covering the meta plan on Wednesday night.
Right, yeah. The meta plan, but we won't cover any of the iHub travel plan.
No, we're doing that tonight.
Oh, I know, but I mean,
I don't think in one thing we'll be able to cover both of them. Maybe we can if we have room at the end.
yeah, okay.
so Ryan, I'm giving you some slides here to help you see. So you can see right there, once the price goes up September 29th, you see the $12 monthly residual. Right here, right now, it's still $10 per month. And so my guess is that each of these would increase by $2 after the 29th.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I think I saw.
what everybody should take away from everything here is that if you want to participate, go ahead and buy the premium membership now, $39.99 a month, and then get grandfathered in without having to spend $297 and $49.99 a month. So that's the big takeaway from everything tonight. Yeah, so the savings are real, the bookings are real, no blackout dates, on and on and on. We could go on and, blow you away with all of that stuff. But the reality is that the Boomerang is going to make everybody, and like Terry said, no limit to the number of people you can send a Boomerang to. And once they register, there's a little registration. Once they register, they're yours. They can go on a vacation in a week, in a month, in 6 months, in 12 months, doesn't matter. You're going to get paid. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Who's up?
Sure. Anybody? Oh, Robert Mendoza.
Unmute yourself, buddy. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Yes, sir. Thank you. I have a question. Okay, dumb question. Well, let's say I get the premium program, the premium membership, and for some reason, let's say I can't, for 1 month, I can't pay for it, and I assume I'm going to be kicked off or whatever. But if I come back the next month, the following month, or whenever, would I have to go under the $299 one time and then $50 a month? You know what I mean?
Good question.
That is a good question. Terry, you probably have a better sense. I mean, let's not look at it from the premium point of view, but let's say that right now you're on a $39.99 a month plan and you miss a month and you come back another month. Do you get to be right where you are, or do you have to pay the missing month as well?
Oh, I see. Okay.
It would just,
That wouldn't be bad.
yeah,
I
right now,
know.
they don't pay the missing month. It's just they pay that month.
Okay, so they pick it up again from that point forward.
Correct.
That's probably the case. I imagine at some point, if you haven't used it, maybe it's 6 months or something like that. At that point, you're out. But
Yeah.
you know, it's either 6 months or a year of inactivity.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, I can say this
Good to know.
about that. We'll try to make it as palatable as possible without having people skipping back and forth, you know, only when they want to use the platform for their own personal enjoyment, right? So, I'm sure the compliance guys will have some, you know, small rules. We try to have as few rules as possible, you know, so because I'm just totally against gotchas, right? Things that take money out of your pocket. So
Right.
but great question. Hey David,
Thank
how
you.
about you? Unmute yourself down in the corner there, buddy. You got to unmute yourself first, buddy, Dave. So down in the corner of the little microphone, turn that from red to green. I haven't got it yet. Down in the corner. Nope, still muted. Still muted. There you go.
Hey, so my ex-wife and I owned a travel company, so I understand what we're doing here. I guess the question is, when we talk about the premium, a lot of people I know are they like to do cruises. So how do we give them an opportunity to compare the prices between, you know, our travel program and Viking and, you know, Seabourn and Oceana and all those without signing up for a membership?
Boomerang.
Boomerang?
Yeah, you can send them a boomerang. They'll only see 50% of what you see, but they'll be able to see that. And you could always say, hey, if you had a full membership, you would see twice that savings.
Oh, okay. So how do our prices compare to Viking, Oceana, Seabourn, those kinds of things?
I'll let Terry answer that if you can.
From what I've seen in the past, they're pretty comparable. We do have, Arabia is making some changes on cruises specifically, as well as airlines. And so some of those things, they're going to have more visibility to what's available with the various cruise lines, David. And so I would say stay tuned for, I don't know, the next month. As I was talking with Joe, it sounded like in the next month, they were going to be making a lot of changes on both the airline and the cruise lines. Right.
Well,
So otherwise,
$49 is a no frickin' brainer.
Yes.
Especially for business travelers.
Exactly right.
They get credit.
Yes, that's those who know travel know that to be true. That is exactly correct, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, David. Steve, yes, sir. Steve Wickham.
Yeah, I have two questions. First question is, I assume that in order for, we came in through the iHub Meta, just learning about the travel over this weekend. And I assume that in order to participate in this, we have to be members of the iHub travel ourselves, correct? In order to share this, right?
Yeah, so you have to be an affiliate, an overall affiliate. However, there is not a requirement to have your own travel membership to be able to sell travel memberships.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
the operative answer on that, Terry, is he's saying he's already a Meta affiliate, but a Meta affiliate only sees the Meta portion of the back office, but you can upgrade from a Meta affiliate to see everything. I don't know whether there's a simple process in the back office yet to do that. I know that if there isn't, they're working on it, but you could just send a support ticket in there and they'll upgrade you to the full back office. And Terry's absolutely right. You don't have to have your own membership to share your link with other people that want to get a membership.
Oh, really? Okay, great. And second question is that this webinar gonna have a replay available, like that we can share to people who what we didn't get to invite tonight?
Oh yeah, this will be recorded and available. Yes.
Where do we find that?
When you go in your back office to support under live webinars and scroll down past the registrations for the webinars, you'll see the recordings of previous ones.
Okay, and that would be on the travel part that I don't see yet.
No, you'll see it when you go into your back office, just go to the support center and
Okay.
look there for where it says live webinars and then scroll down.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more questions and then that's it. So Mr. and Mrs. iPad?
Hello, Chuck H. Gino in New York.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, yeah, it always says iPad. Remember the other night you changed it and I put my name in, but every
Right.
time I go, it won't let me put it in unless you do something. I don't know why.
I'll be darned. And it won't hold, right? You got to,
It won't hold it.
It's probably some hidden setting somewhere, Chuck, in the Zoom controls.
setting
about
somewhere.
allowing them to
Yeah,
change
don't
their-
ask me,
Yeah.
Michael. You'll have
Yeah, And
to
it's-
find
I
out.
don't know either.
it's only here because I do other Zooms.
No, it's
My-
a setting somewhere and we haven't figured it out yet.
Okay, well, all right, going back to the questions. I went to do a trip like yesterday, whatever, Sunday, I think it was, yesterday. And when I got to the end, I love the price, but I don't like where it says additional fees and taxes may apply at the time of check-in. What does that mean? Is it gonna cost me more when I get there? I did some comparisons like with Priceline or whatever, and the price was definitely better on here, but I don't know about that other. Is it gonna be the same fee that Priceline and them other ones have?
Well,
Ones.
here's what I know about that. It varies. It includes the taxes,
Yep.
when you're doing it, it tells you it includes the taxes. Some
Right.
places have additional fees like resort fees that they have for everybody. Now, if it's not always included, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But if you're comparing it with another one and they say that the resort taxes and resort fees are included, then worst case scenarios, you can just find out what the resort fees are that they charge, that a
Right, but
hotel
that's
charges.
what I wanted to see. Like the one was $70 resort fees. So if I added that same one onto that, this would still be cheaper, definitely. But I was just wanted to know whether
Yeah,
it's
so the taxes are for sure included, but usually that they're referring to things like resort fees.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's the resort fees. And so everybody's got them. It's the hotel that charges them. They just collect them most of the time when people arrive. So regardless of what platform you're gonna book on Gino, you're paying the same resort fee.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah.
Amelia, you're the last question. Congratulations, you get a prize. You get to ask the last question. Go ahead, unmute yourself right down there. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so good afternoon here. I'm actually from Australia. I was looking for this one. I don't know. I tried to get more information on that iHub. So we are lost here. So, and I thank God that I finally look at my email and I find that there is a Zoom going on. Yeah, so forgive me, but I need to ask this question because we've been, put in the dark for the last year, beginning of this year. We didn't get any information or any updates whatsoever. So I really need to know because in the beginning, we had to get this a hotspot for free in Australia. So I tried to get information. I tried to get to the upline that they sign us all here in Australia, what is going on. And they said, oh, it's no more hotspot, it's something to do with travel now. And I said, what? You know, so, but I thank God that I'm here now. So where are we going from now? You know, is this thing is going to be here in Australia, or it's just a travel now? Please, we need help. A lot of our team here in Australia are not knowing what is going on, please.
Right. Yeah. Well, Michael, you want to address all that?
Well, when it comes to hotspots, we're in the process of kind of revamping our hotspot program not this Thursday, but next Thursday. We're supposed to be talking about that. That'll be the plan that's laid out for the US and will be the template for the rest of the world. So once we get that done, and that's been slowing things down, once we get that done, then we'll be able to look at what we're going to be able to do. But that's going to be country by country. But, you know, travel is there. Meta is going to be in other little places. I would just really keep your ear to the ground, Amelia, and just check in to see what's going on. We'll be getting a lot more international information out, you know, in the weeks following next Thursday, kind of keeping people apprised. But every region has got its own idiosyncrasies and its own hoops that we got to go through. So it's not going to be one fell swoop of, you know, where all of a sudden every place is going to have it. It's going to be based on what we need to do. But I do know that there's a lot of enthusiasm about Australia. So just keep posted on that. Okay.
Yeah, while we're on note on that, so is there any particular group going on here so I can, you know, be in that group so I can get more updates, informations?
Well,
Anybody?
I'll tell you what, Amelia, why don't you send me an email? I'll give you my email address, and you can send it to me, and I'll pop you in and make sure that you're completely up to speed on everything. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds great, because I really want to look into this travel one.
Yeah, so it's real easy. And the travel is in 40 currencies, 22 languages. So it's a global opportunity right now. I mean, and again, like Terry said, Arivia is a multi-billion-dollar company. They represent some of the biggest companies on the planet, like American Express and Bank of America and so on and so forth. And we happen to be a partner with them, so we have a lot more flexibility. My email is chuck@ihub.global.
CHU?
Real easy, Chuck, CHUCK, at ihub.global. And just reach out to me, send me an email, and I'll get you some information and bring you up to speed.
Yeah, that sounds great, because we have a huge team here, but everybody is trying to find out what's going on.
Well, we'll get it going, and you'll be the hero over there. So
yes, zero to a hero.
Right. Yeah, good. Hey, Terry, thank you very much. And anything else before we go, buddy?
I think we're good. Be cranking it up on travel. Looking forward to help people put thousands of people in on our travel platform. It really is the best thing out there, and we got it at a phenomenal price. Let's take advantage of it, gang.
Yeah, absolutely. I certainly agree with you. And Michael, anything else before we go?
No, I think travel is definitely at the point where we're really ready for takeoff. And and great job, Terry and Dave and you guys, to really get this to where it's really going to move the needle.
Buddy, let's go.
For sure. So, hey, tomorrow night we are going to have a iHub Global kind of an overview on everything, right? Our three verticals, right? iHub Meta, the Loop product, and everything that's going on with OpenView Media. We cover a little bit on iHub Travel. We'll definitely cover everything on Boomerang tomorrow night, and then we also talk about just everything that's going on, right? Our hotspot business and so on and so forth. So then on Wednesday night, we're doing compensation plan or rewards plan overview on iHub Meta. So you don't want to miss that one. You know, and like so many of us, you know, talk from the stage about rewards plans or compensation plans, it's really not necessary that you understand every component, you know, just the big picture of everything that, and there is a lot and lots of money in all of these plans, especially when, you know, you get the, we talk about a coded plan, and once that clicks, you know, once you figure, you know, that little thing clicks in your brain, and it will, you'll go, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was that much, right? And so that's what'll happen to you. So then we'll, on Thursday night, we'll have a corporate update call, and there'll be all kinds of things on there. So hey, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here, spending a little bit of time with us. But like Michael said, this recording is in the back office in the support center. So if you go to app.ihub.global, app.ihub.global, you can log into your back office. You can go into the support center. You can find all kinds of things. So with that, God bless everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. East Coast time, New York time, for all of those of you that are joining us globally. And we appreciate it. So good night, everybody. I always open it up at the end and let everybody unmute themselves and say good night.
Adios.
Thank you.
Night, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
Good night,
Good
and
night.
thank you.
Thank you all.
Adios, amigos.
Good night.
See.
Good night.
Good night, Chuck.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Yes, good night. Good
Night,
night.
Thanks,
Lucy.
Terry.
Dios
Good
te
night,
bendiga.
Daddy.
See you guys. See you, John Boy. I'm out of here.
Good night, Grandpa.
Okay, see ya. Yeah.
I was looking for the appropriate response.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Good night, David. Good night, Chet. Yeah.
See you guys.